Okay. Um, well, welcome and glad you're taking notes. It'd be nice to see if there's any notes that you have for me on things that I need to change or improve. Um, this is just a basics of social media marketing. I've got a briefing to share with everyone, and I'm recording it so that it can be um, stored and put on YouTube so other people can join it later as we need to. I do have briefing charts and I will go through and look at a few websites as part of this. So let's just get going. I can't tell if you hear me, but since this is an AI thing, apparently, so I'll start sharing. Okay. So again, this is the Lions of North Alabama. It's marketing material. We're going to go through very cursory in 1 hour. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand and I will try to answer the questions. First thing we're going to look at is what LCI tools are out there and available for people who are not familiar with what LCI has to offer. Um, I'm going to go show you these websites real quick as we go through it. Again, you go to lionsclub.org, English, you do whatever language, and there's resources for members and social media, and then also resources for members, resource center, and then club marketing. I'll briefly touch on those real quick here. Okay. Again, this is on the presentation. This is the social media section, and it goes through and has some kits, social media kits that you can use and just brand ready to use graphics and customizable templates for social media channels. Um, there is some how-to videos here on the platforms and what social media platforms the Lions use, some tips on photos and videos, and also some tips on how to recruit members using social media. And there's resources here. There's blogs and how to create a Facebook fundraiser. And then here's where there's some tips on how to attract new members, social media tips from various clubs, social media Smile program. So there's a Smile Facebook group, and you can become part of that. And also, in some cases, but if you use the Lions Club logo, there is a possibility your Facebook page could get suspended. This is how to fix that. And there's a fill form here if you're a Facebook page administrator, and they will add your page to the allowed list so that it will take you out of Facebook jail. So that's a sort of an important little feature to know about. That's why I've included it there. And then the other one is a club marketing page. Why it's not in one place, I do not know, but they have two different resources. It says, it talks about the marketing minded members, club marketing chairperson. Um, there is apparently a club marketing chairperson that can be appointed as part of the club officers. Uh, I've not seen that in the LCI system, but it can be added. So if you do have a club marketing person, it does help to add that. I'm looking at clubs to see who's been designated as club marketing, and there's nobody in any of the clubs in our district. Something we need to probably fix as a district marketing chairperson. So I am the district marketing chairperson, and I'm a um, alternate for the multi-district marketing by the council chair. Um, it talks about marketing 101. It talks about branding. The main thing that you have to remember is they have a brand and they're very picky about their logo, and it can't be distorted and something put on it or anything like that. So there's some things like that that's important to know. Um, Also, if you're creating something to sell, officially the logo, Lions Club International logo, can't be on something you sell. So we recommend, because of that, to create your own club logo, uh, so that it's not the LCI brand. Just be aware. They've never put anybody, they've never complained or about it too much, but if it becomes pretty, if you sell a lot, it could, they may come back and say, hey, you can't do that. So just be aware of that. There's brand tools and brand kits. um, there's logos and images and videos. They do have PR tools available. Um, there is a competition for marketing that is available. Your club can't enter and win cash and prizes. I would recommend looking at this if y'all are doing marketing specifically. Hi, Jackie. You could join.
I
Um,
almost forgot.
um, so if your club has done a specific campaign, you can ask to be recognized and submit the information on the marketing campaign, and you get some money for it. So if you win, you can win cash and prizes for that campaign. Um, I would check this out and look at that. Um, there's shop information, and it recommends obviously doing a lot of buying your branded material and wearing it during all your social events that's out and about. Okay. The other link here that I have in the material is lionsusa.org. Um, they have programs, marketing campaigns, and stuff on the Lions USA also. Um, and there's also a lot of training that they have started. And so there's growth workshops. There's a new club navigator that's going to be starting to learn how to, um, it's for new club members. And then they have membership Mondays. So they have a lot of marketing and they have a lot of training in all of these workshops that can be taken into account. So they do have resources here, and other resources for Lions USA. And then the other one that's I use all the time, which is Lions Virtual. Lions Virtual is a website where they're trying to market primarily and provide tools for the clubs to use that can help them figure out how to do um, strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and marketings and how to grow. So like if you are looking for your club and the demographic of what your club and where it is and that kind of thing. This map to grow really does help. And then the market to grow can take service projects, for example, or social media and create social media content and press releases and LinkedIn posts. And for every social media type, it can create those posts for you. It can create images if you wanted to. The one thing to watch out for is if you give it an image, because it is an AI tool, it can distort the images. So it does work really good if it's generating content from scratch. But if you give it an image to try to use as a base, it might distort the image. Just to be aware of something that you have to check as you go. Um, The Lions Serve to Grow is a group that particular site talks about using other nonprofit and community organizations to help you to create a service carnival or a bigger event that you're going to use to help expand your reach across your community. So it will identify local points of contact for all of those different resources, um, and that sort of thing. And then the Lions Learn to Grow is a resource to help you train others. So it will help you create training material and teach you um, um, basically you can outline a whole training packet. So it's a very important resource. This is like I use this one all the time, to create posts specifically. And then some of the clubs have asked me to do a market analysis, and I've used the map to grow to create them a market analysis that looks at their demographics of their club in their community and what's happening in it. What kinds of things would appeal to the local community? Um, what organizations are there present in the local community so that you can help in your marketing? And it allows you to actually look at, you know, what's happening actually in the underlying fundamentals of a community. For example, I'll just give you an example here. The Brilliant community. There's 5 clubs within about 30 miles of each other in that area. And that whole area is very underserved across the board. And the demographics is going down. So the population is decreasing. They've decreased by about 15% in the last 5 years. So it tells you those things. And it also tells you what kinds of things might be needed as far as community services and things like that. That helps the Lions Club focus on their community a little better. So very, very useful uh, website. There's a lot of stuff going there, and you can create an avatar and do all kinds of things. They've got a playlist and all kinds of things going on. It's a useful thing to um, pay attention to. I apologize if my voice is bad because I'm losing my voice. Okay, go back to this and let's share. Think again. Okay. Okay. The next section I was going to talk about is email. Uh, it is highly recommended you create a singular club email. If you don't have a website or you use eClubhouse for your website, you can use Gmail or mailbox.org, zoho.com. There's several resources to do that instead of a personal email. And the reason being is that because if you're using a personal email, if something happens to that person, then you're going to lose your resources. You have no ability to restart or redo all your social media accounts. So you could lose your social media accounts and those kinds of things. So it's highly recommended that you create a singular club email, and that gets passed between all of your club presidents and marketing managers and those kinds of things. Um, If you have a website, most will allow you to create emails with your domain. Um, Gmail and Yahoo both have business email accounts that you can set up under so that but you have to buy a domain in order to do that, whether or not you set up a website or not. So um, you can create a business account that is your domain. Say, Madison, we have Madison Lions Club, for example, but we don't have a domain and we don't have a website. We're using Clubhouse, and we're just using Madison Lions Club at gmail.com. There's no reason that's not acceptable, by the way. But you really do want to get your POCs, allows for continuity, gets a calendar, you can pass it between the presidents and secretaries. There's emergency backup if someone passes away unexpectedly. It's just better to do that if you haven't done that. It's not just a social media thing, it's just a club continuity thing. Okay, 3 steps that are needed to improve your visibility of your club. You want to make sure your accounts are set to public. I know some of the clubs in our district are not set to public. Um, I don't know why they are not set to public, but there's ways to resolve any issues if they're concerned about people posting or things like that. Uh, we can teach them how to reset their accounts up where they're public, and then you can't post things unless you're a admin, or you can, but you really do want responses, by the way. I want to talk about that in a minute. You do want your community to interact. That's what drives visibility of your club in social media. So what you want to do, instead of limiting who can uh, post, you want to set up all of your domain such that it catches bad words, it catches words you don't want it to have, it catches icons you don't want it to post, those kinds of things. I will do one just on setting up a social media and how to properly set it up where you can make it a public Facebook page or Instagram page or YouTube page, and then how the settings underneath them need to be set up such that you don't have things you don't want. You can have negative comments have to be reviewed. You can set those settings up such that if somebody gives you a negative review or a down, thumbs down, you can have it check those, and it won't post it until you've checked it. So you want to do stuff like that rather than keeping it from being able to be interacted with. Um, you want to prompt your community to interact. You want to avoid using some words in that prompt, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You don't want to say please share or things like that. That will actually downgrade your post. They will actually demote you if you say words like that. So what you want to do is like, please provide comments below or something like that. So you want to have them interact, but you don't want to be overly pushy about it. Also, consider getting your entire demographic of your club to help. So everyone in the club, you want them to follow your social media pages. You want them to like your social media post. You don't want them to just like it. You want them, because a thumbs up means nothing to the algorithm. They have to heart it, or they have to share it on their own page in order to get that bump up. And it's even better, the best one could be they share it to their page and they say something about it. So that's where the algorithms work on all the social media sites. They interact with the content, they share it to their local page, and then not only do they share it, but they actually say something. So they take the moment and time to say something about it. That gives you the highest plus up in your content, by bar none. Since I started doing the marketing of our club, we went from having around 30 or 50, around 30-ish followers in March of this year. And now we have well over 500. And I just got a notification that we are the highest recommended Huntsville nonprofit in the area. They actually send people to our page now, just because we are taking that time to do those things to get our social media out there. So just be aware that's how you do it, really, and you get your visibility. So your club service is already visible through events, fundraisers, hands-on projects. But what happens after someone sees lions in action? Curiosity leads them to search for it. So when people see lions at work, they'll search for your Facebook or your Instagram page. So you want to make sure that it's easy to be found. Use your club name and location in your profile. You want to post regularly so our club looks engaged and active. And we want to have a contact information or a message us call to action on our page. This is an example of the San Francisco Filipino American Lions. Uh, so you can see that they've got, not only do they have, here's who we are and where we can get the Lions Club, but they actually share their website also in this particular example. So what social media should we use? I'm going to go to that page here one second. This FEMO is pretty good. And it talks about the social media and what ones are useful for what. Um, this particular is a pretty good little um, that talks about what Lions should use. This is the Lions Club International FEMO page, which I didn't know existed until I started doing the district marketing. But it basically talks about, from Lions Club International, how to use social media photos and video tips, social media kits and Canvas, PR tools from the Lions Press Center. It talks about all the different things that you can do. But right here, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, and I'll probably um, let me go through and through this real quick. Okay, you can't hear that, is what I'm hearing.
Nope.
Okay, interesting. I don't know why. I will skip it. The link again is in the page, and we will change back to the other content then. Okay, so I'm going to talk about social media types and also about icons to use in social media. And I have those actually on my computer, although I have the drive link here for these particular files. So you're welcome to go to them at your leisure. Um, uh, let me let me pull them up. So I have two things about I have a comparison of all the different social media types here. Here. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So this one is a comparison of all the different social medias that are out there right now. Facebook, everyone is pretty familiar with that. It does tell you what its best use is, and also the kinds of posts that work well on that site. So Facebook, things like club news, event invites, volunteer spotlights, photos from service days. Uh, we're going to talk about reels in a second and stories in a second. Those are also extremely powerful, but beyond just the basic posts. On Instagram are more about visual storytelling and emotions. It wants really short verbiage in all of their content, and they want reels, behind the scene photos, inspirational quotes, youth engagement work really well with Instagram based on the demographic of the child of the people that are using Instagram. LinkedIn is a leadership professional networking. You can give service impacts, partnership stories, leadership development that attracts young professionals. A lot of young professionals are on LinkedIn. So if you're trying to go after the late 20s, early 30s, young professional groups, LinkedIn is a very good avenue to attract attention. So just so you're aware, we get leads from LinkedIn. YouTube, obviously, YouTube is storytelling through video. Do highlights, service project recaps, interviews, educational clips. Like we'll put this one on as an educational clip. TikTok is fun, youth driven outreach. It needs to be short, quick, humor, creative trends with a service twist. Short. It has to stay short. So while YouTube can do a 2 minute video, TikTok needs to stay under a minute. It needs to be in the 30 to 45-second range, if and that works the best in the TikTok realm. Twitter X announcements, live updates from service events, global alliance causes. Um, I will tell you that my club posts on every single one of these things, and we don't put the same content on each one. I'll explain why later, but we actually put different content on each one of those platforms. We do not post the same thing necessarily. Some of it's the same, but I just talked about the Lions Virtual. One of the beauties of Lions Virtual is I can tell it, hey, I did this service event. I want you to provide me social media posts for these types of social media and what I should post. And it will tell you and give you ideas as to what you should put in each one of those service social media types. And it will actually create you a small, short summary of what you should post. So just realize that's why I said I'm on that all the time, because in order to post on five, one, two, three, four, five, six social media sites, don't post the same thing. And I don't post as often on TikTok and X because I have to do reels, short, quick, and X is really short also. So it isn't the same between each of those things, and I pick my poison on TikTok and X as to what I actually post. Threads is also the version of Facebook that's the ex Twitter version. We are not on Threads. We're looking at it, but I don't know how well it's coming along. WhatsApp, we have not been doing any WhatsApp, and it's really only good for direct member and partner communication. So people, the Lions Club International is heavily into WhatsApp, and they share a lot of stuff on WhatsApp. And if you want to be in the Lions Club International marketing groups, that is on WhatsApp, and it tells you what they're doing. They share videos, they share content, they share what's happening in the bigger LCI world. Snapchat, we haven't done any Snapchat stuff. Um, this is a good opportunity to get, if you have really young people in your club, to get them involved, um, and say, hey, would you like to be our Snapchat? That'd be the only, and the other thing is that Snapchat does not like club accounts. They want personal accounts for members. So it's a one of those things where the personal, so the on the Snapchat, what they would do is take an X feed and they would put it into Snapchat, send it out. So it's not the same. It has to be treated a lot differently. And then obviously emails and newsletters are always useful for official communication, but it's not really a social media kind of thing. And then the next part was the social media content types. So out on the drive that I'm going to share as part of this, um, I have a, oh, let me close that website. Um, Out on the drive that we have, the other thing I have here is a icons. I talk about the icons and how to use them. Uh, I think it's here. Oh, it may be out on my drive. So I go to my drive. This is the, I'm going to share the screen. So out on the drive, this is the district content. Here's your marketing materials, marketing training. So in the marketing material, we have a lot of resources out here. I've got Canva pricing out here. We have the videos we created, some brand guidelines, some various brand resources. But in this icon training, I have how to use emojis effectively in social media posts. So um, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but it is a full discussion of what emojis are and how to use them and how to use them more effectively. General usage guidelines. You want to keep that positive, inclusive, respectful. You want to limit to 2 to 4 emojis per post section. You don't want to overuse emojis, and you don't want to mix unrelated emojis. Um, and I've broken the emojis into categories. That's Lion's identity and leadership, communication and community, celebration and recognition, service and leadership, events and invitations, values and compassion, media and highlights, culture and fun, and hope and environment. So I actually give examples of how to post for each type of kind of emoji and how to use it. So, like in this particular example, you're seeing leadership training recap that came together to learn, share, and grow with a bright star, and then we serve with the lions after it. And here's an event announcement post, an appreciation post, recap post. Um, Keep it simple. And then I've broken down each of the different emojis and how to use them. So, very useful piece of information. I'm going to let y'all take that to um, take your time to use it, look at it, and get and ask questions. And you can send me questions later. But I tried to put everything that I could as to how to use them effectively. I took some of the LCI training and I modified it. Um, Again, use your club email to set up your primary social media accounts. to this. Here's some tips. Whoop. For capturing content. You want to capture action shots. So you really want images of lions in action, doing the service they love to do, group shots, laughter, hands working together, those kinds of things that appeals heavily to our audience. Take short videos, 5-second videos, 10-second clips. You can take videos of members sharing their stories of why they became LCI. Those are going viral. So if you have members who want to share their story, those kinds of stories of why it's important to them is extremely important, and people connect to that story. For example, I tell people that I was a lion before the lions knew about me, because of all the stuff that I do in my community. And one of the things, the reason the Lions Club means so much to me is when I was younger, um, the Lions Club built all of our parks. And so I always grew up with the Lions Club being part of the community and the main thing that kept the community together, the glue that held the community together. And then when my brother's daughter had to have eye surgery and he couldn't pay for it, they helped him pay for it. So, you know, it means a lot to me because of that. Um, Make sure your people wear their brand signs, banners, T-shirts. Let your community know. Let your audience know this is a Lions Club event. It does help more than you know. Even if it's not a Lions event and y'all are helping another nonprofit do something, it's important that that nonprofit knows that we're there to help. Canva. You can use your email to create a Canva account. The free version does have limitations, but if you want to upload your own pictures and not generate it through Canva, it's basically, it can be used for free. There are templates that are available on that Google Drive. If you know of a template you need and are asking for something, I'll try to create it for you because I do have a Canva account and it's a paid Canva account because I have it for my business. So I just randomly create templates now as part of that. And I try to share that out on the drive for people if I know they need something specifically. Video tools, Canva also has the ability to create videos. Wondershare, you can download the software for free. If you want to use the AI part of that service, it is paid. Um, some types of downloads also requires a paid subscription, so you can create like a lower quality WAV file for videos, and it's still free. Um, so like those kinds of programs, you can upload your own images to and create a video. So that kind of thing can be done with things like Canva, Wondershare, Power Director, basically for free. Um, the download as a paid subscription to the higher quality WAV files and high def videos, but the low def videos for social media are basically free in these three tools. Animoto, it's free online with a sign up. I have not looked to see if they charge for other things. Sora. So Sora and Sora 2. ChatGPT owns Sora. It is their AI video generator. It will generate 5 seconds of video at a time. It will put their watermark on them. If y'all saw the lions in North Alabama, you're going to see the Sora video on it. So if you've got a 3-minute video, which that Lions in North Alabama was like almost 4 minutes long, I had to generate it 5 seconds at a time. So it's lots of fun. But eventually you get there. It has a limitation on how many you can generate per month for free. Um, so just realize it is available. It is done at 5 seconds at a whack, and you has a limitation of how many per month. So if you got a long, complex video like that Lions in North Alabama one, I just split it up over multiple months. I had to generate it in 2 months, not 1 month. Um, Vidu has a free with 5 videos limit per month. So all of these, if you're going to do text to video, costs money or have severe limitations on what they will do for you. And just be aware of that. That's why I tend to use Power Director and create my own videos using pictures rather than trying to accept in some cases where I've created where I wanted to have something moving, and then I have some other resources to generate AI uh, images and videos that are cheaper than Sora 2. Sora 2, I priced it and they require you Sora 2, which is the newest one that came out. You have to have a Chat GPT Pro account, which is $200 per month. So only people who really can afford um, that Sora 2, it's not worth it for 99.99% of our Lions Club community at that price because the Chat GPT Pro really doesn't do anything other than give you the Sora 2 um, to get it to where it doesn't have a watermark on it. And that's what you have to have is if you don't want it with a watermark, that's how much you have to pay. And then on top of that, Sora 2 has a price on top of the $200 per month to buy bundles of Sora 2 generation. So I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. So just realize and you want more information, I can send you more information, but I don't see where it's worth it. Um, Facebook standard posts are intended and show to people who are already subscribed or friends with you. This is very important to know. Um, if you post to Facebook, it only shows that post to people who've already followed you. So you're not going to reach anyone else besides your current people who are working with you already. Reels. Very important. These reach everyone with a similar interest, whether they are subscribed or friends with you. So if you go to Facebook and you see all the reels, it shows videos below them if there's a similar interest to what you've been following or looking at or reviewing or whatever. And so those are where it shows up for someone else that is not a friend with you. You're like, why is this Lions Club post showing? It's because it's something that you is a similar interest to people that you have expressed interest in. So if I follow United Way or I follow um, one of the other service organizations, it will show you a reel of the Lions Club if you've got reels posted. Just be aware that's why it's important to create little short reels and get them out. Stories are for current followers and they will only contain vertical photo video content and it will disappear after 24 hours. So it will only be quick, easy, but it shows it to more of your current customers, current followers on your Facebook, but then it will go away after 24 hours. But it gives you a higher visibility to the current people that are following you. Carousel on Instagram. The interesting things about carousels is it will show your post again if you don't get swiped the first time on Instagram. So a carousel on Instagram is important because a carousel is a bunch of different photos. You post it with a whole bunch of photos and it'll create a carousel for you. So that's sort of interesting because it does show up to like reels to people who are not necessarily subscribed to you. And it'll also, if they're currently a follower, it will show it multiple times until they swipe. So it helps up your profile. But the key there is just mix it up. You want to mix up standard posts with text, videos, photos. You want to mix in reels. You want to mix in stories. You want to mix in the carousels. So, okay, why reels? I've just talked about this. But it's going backwards. It's just going through them real quick. Okay, try this again. I don't know why I did that. Reels are short form vertical videos with music, text, and effects. Stories are vertical photo content. And Instagram, oh, it's wanting to auto go through these. Okay. It does increase engagement. It will show your post again to followers. And I just talked about all these, so I'm not going to go back into it. How do the algorithms work? uh, Algorithms use user data like search history, likes, and past interactions to create a personalized feed. So engagement is key. I talked about this before. Platforms will prioritize content that generates high engagement, likes, comments, shares, saves. Those are the things that it wants to see happen, engage in that content. Um, the algorithms all prefer native content formats over external links. So while Facebook posts that's posting to an LCI link, because that just helps get content, right? That you don't have time to fool with and you want to get those contents in, it will favor things that you actually physically upload into the post over those that are external links to other content. So video content like Reels or TikToks perform better than the text-based links to other sites or links to other sites. Generally, because they see that there's more video content, it tends to cause people to stay on their platform and they're wanting the ad revenue. Timeliness, newer content tends to perform better, though that what the recency and engagement is complicated and it changes over time. Nobody really knows how they try to balance it exactly. And it has changed so much that nobody's quite sure exactly. So to boost engagement, you want to ask questions. So create a save or forward worthy content like infographics, prompt the members to share your post with call to actions of share this with a friend, optimize posting strategy, post native video content wherever you can, use a mix of content formats. We already talked about that. Make sure you use relevant hashtags to categorize your posts. Post when your audience is most active to maximize initial engagement. Um, in the Meta Business backend, in the planner, it actually will tell you, oh, I'm going to post on Wednesday. And it'll tell you if it's like Sunday, it'll say, oh, on Wednesday, your users are most active in this time frame. But as a general rule, uh, across the board, 5 to 7 p.m. is the biggest for Facebook. That's 5 to 7 o'clock, regardless of night, day, regardless of time. 5 to 7 o'clock pretty much gets you into the peak of when people are primarily looking at, they get out of work and they start checking their phones, right? Um, it's a little stranger on TikTok and some of the others. So you really just have to look on each of those and do some research relative to when their peak times are. Um, Use features like location tags on the Instagram stories, and that helps you actually reach a wider audience in your local community. So it actually goes, oh, this person's in Huntsville, Alabama, or this person's in Madison, Alabama, and it will actually help with all the Instagram stories. Also, engage with other accounts that are in your niche. Um, Comment on their posts and reply to their stories, and that helps build connections to you, whether or not you like it or not. Going to United Way and talking about something that's going on United Way actually helps build your community as to who sees you. So whether or not you realize it, it actually helps to engage others. Um, Embrace other features when released, as platforms also give them extra promotion. Use hashtags. So on hashtags, Lions Club, we do Lions of North Alabama, Lions of Alabama, LCI. Uh, you can do Lions USA. Had hashtags of what's happening or related groups. Youth Matters, You Matter. We just did the Peace Poster contest with Sparkman Middle School. We hashtag Sparkman Middle Schools. Um, you can actually use the @ to create links to other groups. So you can, in your post, you can do @Lions Club International, and it will actually create a link to that other group or people. Lions Virtual, we just talked about that earlier. It has a lot of good resources to help create posts, create images. It can help you create a marketing plan. It is absolutely free. They just ask that you sign up with Lions, that group, Lions Virtual. So you'll go into Lions Virtual and sign up for an account, but it's free, and uh, Daniel pays for this out of his money for Lions Club. So it's free to you. He's covering the cost. And so it's actually fascinating and a absolute valuable resource that I can't even begin. Once I found it and he told me about it in our training, I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes my life so much easier for marketing. So key takeaways is that social media grows visibility, and visibility is what can grow your membership and also donors. People connect using authentic stories. They don't care if it's a perfect post. It just doesn't matter. They care more about the authentic, organic content. They don't care if it's perfect. You don't need to post every day. It is absolutely about consistency and a clarity of your message that matters in all of the posts. I try to post at least once a week. And then in the key periods of time, I try to post 2 to 3 times a week. Um, the more you post, obviously, the more your message gets out. But once a week is plenty. I know some people don't post but once every 2 weeks. It's just about the consistency. Reels, stories, and carousels are critical to trying to create new, reach new people, keeping people engaged, and the carousels on Instagram can do both if you have an Instagram account. So just think about things beyond just a regular post. And that helps you actually increase your audience. That is all I have. Oh, at the back of that, I forgot. Um, there was some research findings that LCI actually had relative to um, about the accounts, and why some club accounts are set to friend in public, um, and talks about, what buys, what doesn't happen, and some of the algorithms relative to it. This was posted by LCI itself about their research into all of this. Um, your score gets raised again when people heart it, not just thumbs up it, heart it. They post or say wow relative to your post, or put a comment in or share it to their page. That's on the scale. It keeps going up as you add more. And then if they shared something and somebody else posted on their page, that increases your score. So that's what I mean. It's like it keeps adding on every time. It's about engagement. So the more people that get engaged and participate and share your story, and the more it spreads. And so that's the basic fundamentals on social media marketing. Um, is there any questions relative to this? I got through in an hour. I was worried.
Yay. Hey, so
um,
sorry I was 5 minutes late. Are you going to post a lot of this content somewhere?
yes, I am going to post the content I'm going to post this video out on YouTube. I will send the links to y'all to the drive so that y'all can get to the marketing. Did I send it to you already? Or I might not have.
No,
I don't
ma'am.
know if I did. Okay. So I will send you all of the district marketing to get to this marketing material that we've got, and get that out to y'all. And so that y'all can then look at your stuff and say, oh, I need to use that, or I don't need to use that, or here's a template for Canva that I need to, to save to Canva. Those kinds of things that I've got in the Canva template. I know I've sent you the Canva templates because y'all have those. In the Canva templates, I'll share this again. I have links to my Canva account with links to all the different Canvas, and they are shared so that you can download it and save it onto your drive. So I've got a piece poster template, uh, a blank photo collage template, multiple collages, fireworks. I have uh, different supports, cleanups, dynamic team, fireworks. So just different Canva accounts that I've created over the last year, and I've created them and shared them so that
Do you have
they're
one for
free to
Christmas?
you. Huh?
Do you have one for Christmas?
I don't yet. I will create one because I just did one, so I haven't got it posted. It wasn't on. Yes, it was on Canva. So I have
There's
one for Christmas now.
there's a couple I saved off of some Facebook page for Christmas. I guess they're free to use, right? It was on some Lions sharing page.
Yes, those are all free to use. Again,
Okay.
that's the resources. The Lions International has some, and then Facebook. There's a marketing pages. So if you look up Lions Club and look for marketing, there's there's tons of resources out there relative to Facebook of different groups that are calling cool graphics. That's one. It's Lions
Mhm.
Club Cool Graphics.
Right.
They have images and stuff like that. Um, it's like there's a lot, and that it's like I share everything that I have. One of the things that I have in our marketing material is I have I think, oh, I need to move it. Um, I have music also, so you can attach music to it. So I'm starting to post all my music out here also, so that you can use those. So like I've got some holiday music already done, that are Lions Club. One's rap, one's country, one's it's sort of like boy band. So as I generate music, I'm putting those out there too. So it's cool to just go grab stuff, as I'm generating them. I'm like, well, I'm sharing, if it's a Lions Club thing, I'm just sharing it out there so that people can reuse it. Any other questions? Was this helpful?
Yes, it was.
Okay, cool. Is there
Yeah.
any particular subject you want to have for the next session?
How to make more hours in the day.
Yeah. At least two.
No, I think we all need that one. Yeah, that's for sure.
But
That
this is
is
great,
so
Kelly,
sure.
and I look forward to reviewing all the information and the drive and all that. I don't think I have any of those links.
Okay, I will pass it along to you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay, I will close this down and we will stop. And thanks for joining me tonight.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you. Happy
bye.
holidays.
Thank you.
You too. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.